Today on Boxmining Daily, we're going to take a look at the market, and it seems to be bleeding a little bit. We're going to analyze a few topics a little bit closer, one of them being Mt Gox. So the trustee of Mt Gox is selling some Bitcoins, and we're going to look at them in relation to the market dumps that we've seen in the past. We're also going to look at Binance. So Binance has recovered from irregular trading activity, and I'm going to tell you guys how this exactly happened and how to prevent further potential attacks like this from happening on your own account. And of course, we're going to talk about a little bit about Ontology. Ontology is now trading on Binance, and we're going to explore what Ontology actually is and how they distributed their coins. Everything covered here is my personal opinion and not financial advice, and thank you everyone for smashing those likes and supporting my channel. So let's start off with the cryptocurrency market so far. So we're trying very hard to recover from the dump yesterday. So we're around $408 billion. So finally, we have some movement over kind of what was happening over the past month. We're just basically stuck around this 450 billion area. Suddenly, we just had a dump yesterday over some negative news, and we're going to look at that a little bit closer. One of the bits of news yesterday was the SEC. So they talked about how potentially some exchanges in the US are trading securities and they might have regulatory authority over them. So right now, they haven't stated which ones, and that's why there's fear on the market. So one of the reasons why cryptocurrency prices might have been dumping might be because of one of the biggest whales in this cryptocurrency space, the Trustee of Mt Gox. So Mt Gox was an exchange that held a lot of trading volume in cryptocurrency, in Bitcoin especially, and unfortunately they declared bankruptcy because they were hacked. Well, the thing is, of course, they did recover some of those Bitcoins, and to cover the creditors, the people who were on the platform, the trustee was tasked with selling those Bitcoins. Well, they did exactly that. So someone really helpfully on Reddit, Riverflop, plotted these sales, the sales for Bitcoin at these times, and they pretty much coincided with massive dips in Bitcoin price. It's especially clear on January the 17th, where he basically sold at the peak. He was sold at maybe even a time when there was a lot of volume for Bitcoin, and even maybe the technical analysis was indicating a pump. So this is why technical analysis needs to be taken with a grain of salt in cryptocurrency. There are huge whales out there. So at this current point, the trustee has sold enough Bitcoin into fiat money to cover the creditors, the people who lost money in the case. The reason for this is because they're using the prices for Bitcoin in 2014, which is around $483. So what does that mean for the remaining Bitcoin? Because there's still 166,000 Bitcoin left remaining. Well, there's two possibilities. One is that the court might proceed with civil rehabilitation, which means that the creditors might get some of the remaining Bitcoin, or, which is the worst case scenario that I see, it goes back to the shareholders, which is Mark Karpels, which was the guy who technically, and most people believe, sold and hacked his own exchange in the first place. So I really hope that doesn't happen, but who the hell knows with law, and I've lost a lot of faith in this whole trial overall. So next, let's move on to Binance, because Binance is at the center of a lot of FUD yesterday, and now they wrote a new article to clarify what happened. So if you guys don't know what happened, hackers managed to compromise quite a few accounts on the Binance exchange. They then took over these accounts, ordered sells on a lot of what the cryptocurrency are having, and bought the crap out of VIA. So by doing that, they effectively found a way to transfer funds from these compromised accounts into the hackers' accounts, because, well, the hackers can put up really high sell orders for VIA. So how did these people get compromised? It was through something called API. Basically, if you enable bot trading, if you enable trading software on your account, you have a special key, and this key allows different software to execute trade orders on your Binance account. Obviously, you need to keep that safe, but hackers have found a way to collect these APIs, to collect essentially what is a password for computers, and they managed to collect and harvest these over time. And this was done through phishing attacks. So CZ pointed this out. So through a post that he posted on Twitter, he basically said someone was creating these fake Binance domains. Look at the two dots below the name. It's really hard to spot it, but basically they allow these hackers fished for people's accounts information and then gathered these together and coordinated this attack. So it has nothing really to do with Binance itself. The Binance servers themselves were not compromised, but there were user accounts that were compromised. So if you were compromised during this time, then the hackers would take over your account, sell your cryptocurrencies, and buy via. Lucky for Binance is that Binance caught this. They basically triggered the hackers by doing this kind of irregular trading, triggered the Binance defense mechanism, and then Binance cut all withdrawals, which means that hackers were not able to withdraw their stolen funds. Luckily also for Binance is that they reverse the transactions as well. So people who are affected, they probably see some Bitcoin in their accounts and probably have to repurchase the original cryptocurrency. And I really love to hear if you're affected by this incident. We've seen a few reports on Reddit, but I think this might be on a case-by-case basis. So I'd love to hear your comments down below. But the end conclusion is this: protect your accounts, your password, your username. Just make sure you're logging onto the correct Binance website, because if your account's information gets stolen, it might be some time before the hackers decide to manipulate and abuse that. The last topic of the day, we got Ontology. So Ontology is now listed on Binance. So what the hell is Ontology? Well, Ontology is a blockchain infrastructure play. They're essentially a team that's very closely related to Neo. So it's on chain, and well, they're not legally related to Neo, but they share a lot of information, and that's why DotHomeFei has been really promoting them as of late. In terms of what they're trying to do, they're a blockchain infrastructure project. They're trying to provide digital identification verification, data exchange, data collaboration, even smart contracts on a blockchain. So it's very similar to Neo, but it seems to have a more enterprise focus than Neo. Obviously, there's a lot of relation with the Neo blockchain because, well, Ontology tokens were actually given, quite a few of them were given to Neo Council and to the Ontology community, which stems a lot from Neo as well. The network itself hasn't been deployed yet, but they're in the process of deploying the mainnet. And currently, Ontology tokens are Net 5 tokens, so they're basically living on the Neo platform right now. If you don't know how to access them and you have the Neo wallet, well, you just have to add the script hash. So I'll try to link this down below. And if you guys don't know how to do this and you want a tutorial on how to add new tokens to the Neo wallet, leave me a comment below and I'll try to make a video for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I'd love to hear what you think about this whole Mt. Gox situation. I've seen that a few people were commenting during the live stream that they were personally affected and victims of Mt. Gox, and I am a victim of Mt. Gox too. But the pissing off thing, the most annoying thing about it is that, well, we haven't seen any money from the liquidation of this yet. So the crash in the market, they're basically double insulting us. They're not giving us any of the money as victims for Mt. Gox, and they're slapping us in the face by crashing crypto markets again. So it's kind of the most stupid thing I've ever seen. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Remember to click the subscribe button to subscribe for more videos like this, and check me out on Instagram. Doing a lot of micro updates on Instagram, so we can keep in touch on what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.